NNSR, currently traded at 0044. This is another one that's coming up here on the radar. You guys are coming off a support level right now at the 0040 area. Looks to be stabilized right now. It's fallen through the other support levels up here. Starting to turn around. It's starting to come in as far as the Bollinger Band. The volume right now is still kind of weak at 325,000 shares. As always, I mean, coming off of the support level right now, I'm just going to put this one on a watch for that volume to start picking up and start lifting you guys up. Let's make sure that the 0040 area holds. But as always, I mean, when you come across these and you see that there's a potential bottom in, I definitely always want to put them on a radar.
All right, so since the last time I looked over this one with you, there's been 4 press releases from them. And I'll start with this one right here. It's March 17, 2017. It was NanoSensors Incorporated announces stockholder update. I'll pull that up. So NanoSensors Incorporated announced on March 17th that it has reinstated its corporate charter with the state of Nevada. The company currently subject to a court-appointed custodianship, also named Terrence Flowers as its interim chief executive officer and director. In accordance with the Nevada Corporations Code, NanoSensors will seek to call a special meeting of the stockholders within 60 days. So Mr. Flowers stated, I'm hopeful that the stockholders of the company will view the reinstated charter as an important first step for NanoSensors to again become a viable public issue. He continued, while the court-appointed custodian completes its obligations to the courts, I will be evaluating potential business models for the company going forward. As of the date of this release, management has not entered into any material negotiations with respect to a prospective business combination. Part of the ongoing restructuring of the company, management will seek to begin publishing current public information with OTC markets in order to move to the pink currents information tier. Our objective is to not only create value for our stockholders, but to be transparent in the process of doing so. Mr. Flowers added, NanoSensors will seek to consummate any prospective business combination transactions and to begin publishing information with OTC markets as soon as practicable. All right, so that was that one right there. But then I'm going to just go right up to the last one. There's 3 more. Obviously, you can go pull them up. But this one right here was April 4th because it was a letter of intent. All right, so NanoSensors Incorporated announces letter of intent to merge with privately held Perspective Technologies LLC. So privately held Perspective Technologies LLC announced today that it has entered into a letter of intent to merge with NanoSensors Incorporated as part of an alternative public offering or APO transaction. Subject to regulatory approval and the fulfillment of contractual obligations, if successful, the merged company will be named Perspective Technologies and is expected to trade on the OTC market under the ticker symbol to be determined at a later date. Upon successful completion of the transaction, NanoSensors interim chief executive officer Terrence Flowers, who is also the managing member of Perspective Technologies, will have the interim tag removed and also be named director of the combined company. According to the letter of intent, the parties have 60 days to complete the contemplated merger. Perspective Technologies must, according to the letter of intent, work with NanoSensors Incorporated to provide current public information through the OTC Pink marketplace and obtain the necessary regulatory approvals for the merger. The letter of intent further directs the 500 million shares of NanoSensors common stock to be issued to the members of Perspective Technology as an inducement to complete the contemplated merger. With the members of Perspective Technology have previously announced will be returned to the company's treasury after the closing of the merger. So Mr. Flowers remarked, this letter of intent marks a significant step in the process of revitalizing NanoSensors as a public company. We'll be focusing on all efforts over the next 60 days on meeting our obligations to close this transaction. He added, the closing of the merger is subject to the negotiation of a definitive merger agreement, customary closing conditions, regulatory approval, as well as shareholder approval from both companies. All right, so That right there is pretty much that. So I mean, you figure with the last four that I didn't go over each one, but going back to the latest one, the April whatever, no, March 17th, and that was where this gentleman, came on and became the interim. But I mean, he has a relationship obviously with this company. Because right now it states that he is Chief Executive Officer Terrence Feather, who is also a managing member. So he's also a managing member of Perspective Technologies. So in my perspective or my opinion, when somebody's already a managing member of a company, the odds of it actually going through, a letter of intent like that is pretty up there, pretty high. All right, so that's pretty much that. They're obviously going to be getting brought up to date with their filings as well. So if you have an opinion on the company or you're looking to do more due diligence, just go right over to that NNSR board. From there, you'll see the company profile, the time in sales, the recent news, the filings, the financials, the buy rating. And as always, if you have an opinion on it, feel free to share it by posting over there on that NNSR message board with the tens of thousands of like-minded investors that we have using the site daily.
All right, and for the chart, 004 is when we start watching this one. Watch for the 004 to hold, okay? 004 to hold. In volume to start picking up, resistance at 0055 and 0077, support at 004, 0035. Again, this isn't a technical analysis alert or anything. I'm just watching for a bounce off this bottom support. It's kind of still iffy in my opinion, and I'm just making sure that is clear. It really depends if this volume starts picking up in this buying pressure as well. Because you guys are below the simple day moving averages, is one reason why I can't put it on alert or anything higher than that. With that being said, NNSR, if you follow this one, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. We'd appreciate it. If you have a hot stock you'd like to share with us, head over to investorshangout.com/live.